loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we have a new pick a card reading, but before we dive into it, I have such a special announcement. We're going through something significant known as the Lionsgate portal right now. It happens every August, and August 8th is like the peak of this Lionsgate portal, and this is all about a time of up-leveling yourself and getting to a higher, greater, and better version of you. This is a portal where manifestation is really at its peak, and in order to celebrate this, my jewelry company, Luna Gem, is having a massive sale where you can get 20% off of your entire order. And if you have not heard of Luna Gem before, we hand make the most gorgeous crystal bracelets that are made according to your wrist size so that they fit you perfectly. We use the highest quality gemstones, and we also make them using gold fill, meaning you can wear them in water and they will not tarnish. So these are literally the best bracelets out there, in my opinion. They are so amazing. And we also have tons of other jewelry on the site, including earrings, necklaces, and rings, and other crystals that you can use to decorate your home, to bring in all the good energy. And if you are wanting to manifest something, we have different crystals that can really help boost the energy of what you're manifesting. So whether that be love or more abundance, more confidence, more wealth, more opportunity in your life, whatever it is that you want, you can read through the different crystal descriptions and see which one you are the most drawn to, what you are looking for in your life. And for this limited time, you can get 20% off of your entire order using the code PORTAL. And we also ship worldwide, and all the information is going to be linked down below for easy access that you can go click and get to the website. And also remember to use that code PORTAL for 20% off of your entire order. And thank you so much for allowing me to sponsor my own videos here. I'm so excited to dive into this pick a card reading, and I cannot wait. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Hello my loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we have a new pick a card reading all about what you are on the right frequency to be hearing right now. So if you want a message that is meant for you, if this video popped up and you were drawn to it, called towards it, it means you're on the right frequency to hear your message today. So the way that this video works is I read the tarot cards, I tap into spirit, the universe, to bring you information for your highest good at this time. And there are 4 different groups in front of me, which you are going to intuitively choose which one you are the most called towards, because that is going to reveal the message that you are on the right frequency to be hearing right now. Over here we have group number 1. This one has 2 pieces of Danburite on it. So if you're drawn to group number 1, that is going to be your pile. Group number 2, we have this gorgeous piece of Tanzanite aura quartz. So if you're drawn to group number 2, that one's going to be your pile. Group number 3, we have some rose quartz. So if you're drawn to that one, that's going to be your group. And then group number 4, we have some sunset aura quartz. So if you find yourself drawn to group number 4, that's going to be the message that's meant for you. The way that you tap into your intuition is by one of the methods is visually looking at the piles and seeing which one your eyes just dart towards, or one that you just feel magnetized towards. Or another little method that you can use if you are not visually tapping in to one of the groups is you can take your hand and you can hover it over each of the piles to see if there's one that ends up just feeling magnetic, or it might even have like a hot sensation or even a cold sensation, or you're just going to be like drawn towards it as you glide your hand over top. So that is a sign from your intuition. That's your intuition speaking to you that that would be your pile. And yeah, I'm very excited to get into this video. There's timestamps linked down below so that you can easily navigate and skip right ahead to your personal prediction all about your message. And if you want a close-up of each of the crystals. Over here we have our beautiful pieces of Danburite. So if you're drawn to the Danburite crystals, then group number 1 is going to be your pile. Group number 2, we have this stunning Tanzanite aura quartz. So if you find yourself drawn to this crystal, then group number 2 is going to be your pile. And then over on group number 3, we have some rose quartz. So if you find yourself drawn to the rose quartz, then group 3 is going to be your reading. And then group number 4, we have this sunset aura quartz. So if you're drawn to group 4 or this piece of sunset aura quartz, then that is going to be your pile. So those are the 4 group options. Take as much time as you need to find out which one you're the most called towards. And again, you can pause the video. There's timestamps linked down below so that you can easily navigate and all of that. And I'm very excited to dive into today's reading, and I will see you in this video. All right, my group ones, if you chose this group, this is gonna be your reading, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, so since everyone has been loving the Astro Dice lately, we're gonna start with our Astro Dice to get some information right off the bat for you. So we have Neptune in Scorpio in the 3rd house. Neptune is the planet of arts, creativity, imagination, the things that we fantasize about, the things that we've been daydreaming about. The 3rd house is our house of communication, networking, meeting the right people. It can be the people that we work with that can end up helping us out with our vision, connecting to the right people. The 3rd house can also be our house of our communication. So there could be something where you're using your voice more, or you're called to use your voice more. The 3rd house is also connected to writing, reading books. It can also be connected to learning and education, and also short trips and travel. So Neptune being here, there could be something where maybe you are wanting to do some sort of like short road trip, or if you are being called to use your voice in any way, or to network more, or to make more connections in order to achieve a particular goal that you have, then this is all saying yes, yes, yes. Scorpio over here is also, it makes Neptune more deep. So there's something deep here, like a deep thing that maybe you're wanting to express, a deep pursuit that you might want to go towards. It can also indicate deepening connections that you already have in your life. It can also indicate a transformation in this area of your life as well. So, what is it that you are thinking about doing? One thing I'm also going to say is Neptune is very connected to the media, and since the 3rd house is very social, this could indicate social media, maybe doing a transformation around that for yourself. So maybe perhaps you've been called to do some sort of transformation on social media, and that could be, anything. Yeah, it could even be like decluttering your social media, or if you've been wanting to maybe start a business on social media, that would also be indicated here. If you've been wanting to expand social media, that would also be indicated here. But it's coming through some form of transformation, because Scorpio is the transformation. It's about getting creative with Neptune and then doing some sort of transformation here in order to achieve more, in order to network more. And since the 3rd house is all about communication and networking, this could also be like something like growing your following on social media. So if you do market yourself on social media, or if you are in any of those categories where maybe you have a business that you market via social media, this would be indicating all of that. Or if you have any other things that you use media for, or social media, then this would be indicating calling in more people there. So what is it that you're being called to do? Because Spirit is saying that that's a good energy for you. The fact that's even coming up, that's already in your energy field. We have Knight of Swords being reversed, and then 2 of Pentacles upright. Ooh, so this is like a delayed action. There's something that you've been delaying acting on. Knight of Swords being reversed, it's maybe like we keep second guessing ourselves on our quest. Like the Knights, they go on quests. When he's reversed, his quest is being delayed, or he's like not taking action on it. And 2 of Pentacles is when we're weighing out the options. We're like, oh, do I have time for it? Or maybe I'm juggling too many things right now. Or maybe I'm just constantly back and forth on this thing, right? Like, what are we back and forth on over here? Because I do feel like, yeah, there's something here with communication. This could even be writing, right? Just like I was talking about before, it could be writing. Knight of Swords being reversed is like when we've been delayed. But a message that I'm really hearing from Spirit is like, it's time to get creative and take action and trust in yourself. Or if you've been noticing a lack of results where you've been really wanting results, if you've been noticing a lack, all of this is saying it's going to require a transformation. It's going to require a change in perspective. It's going to require continuing forward, trusting in the process, but reevaluating and doing some form of transformation here. Some form of transformation. Let's see what else we get. We also have the devil coming up for you. So the devil is things that we are attached to, things where we are feeling stuck or we're like in a cage, we're oppressing our true self, our true wants and needs. So since the third house is connected to communication, there could be something here where you're restricting your communication. Maybe there's a fear of judgment. Maybe there's a fear of what other people might think or say of you. Maybe there's a fear of stepping outside of your comfort zone. Maybe there's a fear that you're gonna fail. Maybe there's even a fear of success. There's some sort of thing that's keeping you oppressed and held back in what you are wanting to pursue, or repressed and held back in communication, writing, networking, speaking, putting yourself out there, something to deal with media, holding yourself back. So this is something that we are needing to break free from in order to find the success that we are desiring. We also have 10 of Wands and then the 8 of Cups. Okay, there could also be way too much that you are doing, like just this sense of busyness in your life. So the fact that we have 10 of Wands coming up here and also the 2 of Pentacles, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you are just like really, really busy. But maybe you're juggling way too many things. You have way too much going on to even focus it on where the area of your life where you do really want to grow. So some things we're going to need to leave behind. Not that we need to leave them behind permanently, but temporarily we just need to put some stuff on the back burner and pick one thing to pursue. Because look at, like, you could almost interpret this as he's walking away from these stacked cups. It looks like there's 1 or even 2 missing, right, to make the full stack. It's almost like he's either searching for them or he's taking those things with him and he's like, I'm going to focus on these for now and leave the rest behind for now. Because we can only do so much before we reach burnout or before nothing ever gets done, because we're taking on too many projects, too many ideas, too many this, that, and the other thing. Sometimes we need to focus on 1 or 2 things. We need to pursue that fully with our full heart to be able to find balance, right? 2 of Pentacles, this is balance. The fact that it's even upright, this is balance. So, what are we needing to break free from? What are habits too? 10 of Wands and the Devil, it can indicate some like negative habits that keep taking up a lot of our time without us even realizing it. So is there something in your life, maybe even social media, by the way, the fact that we have social media coming up and the fact that we have also social media talking about a transformation, maybe some of you have been spending way too much time focusing on that without focusing on what maybe you should be focusing on. Or we're focusing on it in the wrong way, right? Maybe some of you are having a career on there or something like this, therefore you do need to focus on it, but are we doom scrolling or are we taking action? Are we in this perpetual state of planning and procrastinating or taking action? Or are we trying to do way too many things again and therefore nothing's actually getting to the finish line because there's way too much on our plate? I feel like there's a little bit of all of the above for you going on in your life right now. And so I feel like Spirit is really coming through with a message about shedding and letting go and focusing on what are the priorities in my life right now. So what else in your energy does Spirit want you to know? What are you on the right frequency to be hearing right now from Spirit, my group number 1s? And it's interesting because the crystal Danburite, by the way, is connected to letting go and making transitions. So there is something that you do need to transition out of and let go of that is no longer serving you. So let's see what else we get. Ooh, okay. Oh my gosh. So we have the card, the Addict, coming through. So this helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. The Devil card is also connected to the Addict. That's the archetype that the Devil represents. So the Shadow attribute is compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. So your inner spirit has been calling you somewhere. My group ones, your inner spirit has been calling you somewhere. You already know what this is about. There is no doubt in my mind that you know what this is about. You have a calling to take some form of action, to do something, to either let something go and walk away from it, or to shed something, or to overcome inhibitions or fears that have been holding you back, to let go of the distractions that have been busy taking up your time. And it's almost like there's this cycle that I'm sort of seeing here where you are balanced, you do have enough time, but then there's this fear, and then so we end up sort of drowning it with spending our time doing things that are not productive for us. Whereas we would have that time if we let that go. Or we would have the time if we let go of the fear. But the fear might keep perpetuating different circumstances that's like, oh, I couldn't because all of these things came up, or I couldn't because all of this stuff happened. Okay? You have an inner spirit that is so strong, calling you to just go for it. So look at all these emotional reasons why we're like, oh, let me just stay in the past. Let me just stay doing what's familiar. You are being called to the unfamiliar. Okay? Let's see what else we get for you here. Also, the Addict can also talk about different things that we are physically addicted to, rather than even just emotionally or mentally. It can also talk about like other things that we need to let go of that are not good for us. So if you have anything like that in your life that you're already like, yeah, I definitely need to let that go. I've been constantly doing that, or I keep making this promise to myself and then it doesn't happen. It's time to make those promises happen, okay? Imagine what your life is going to be like 1 year from now if you make these changes today. What is your life going to be like 1 year from now? It's probably going to be so wildly different than what it is right now. Imagine where you could be 2 years from now, 3, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, versus, okay, what if you don't change? What's your life going to look like 1 year from now if you stay the same? What is your life going to look like 5 years from now if you stay the same? What is your life going to look like 10 years from now? Okay? So sometimes we need to think about that, and that might motivate us a little bit to be like, right, I need to change. Because sometimes we don't realize, like, our day-to-day, sometimes we're like, oh, if I just give in today again, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Because it's just one day that we're sacrificing, right? But we don't really realize that we can keep making that decision for an entire year, and then an entire year goes by, and 365 days we've now just wasted to, I'll start it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll start it next week. Like, we don't really realize that we can literally lose track of an entire year, an entire 5 years, an entire 10 years from choosing the easy route day by day, from choosing to delay it day by day. So it's crazy how that like sneaks up on us, right? But that's a big message coming through for you, is like, we gotta move, we gotta take action, because it's wild how much our time can get swallowed when we're not really paying attention and not really, making the changes that we really want. So why do you want your desire? Why are you called to make this change? Why does this mean a lot to you to be able to pursue this? I think if you make the strongest why, it's so funny because this is almost becoming like a coaching lesson here from Spirit. All the cards that are coming through is like ending up being a coaching lesson. But if you make a really strong why behind your desire, behind your calling, it will help you overcome any hurdle or obstacle that you currently need to overcome and let go of. If you have a powerful enough why. Then also ask yourself, why stay stuck versus why move forward? Okay, what would you rather have here? Right? Of course you have a calling, so like, let's pursue that. Let's find out a very strong why that's going to motivate us so powerfully. And yeah, let's see what else we get for you here. My group one's all about the message that you are on the right frequency to be hearing. The universe, look at it. She is the master puppeteer of her universe. So a huge message coming through for you right now is that you are the master of your world and of your reality. But you have to take that power into your own hands. You get to choose whether or not to act on that power or not act on that power. And what have you been choosing lately? Because the devil is when we're staying stuck. When we choose to repeat the same patterns over and over again that we know are not our true calling, but we're just comfortable with them, we're just comfortable doing those things, it keeps us safe, gives us a feeling of security because it's familiar. Are you really being the creator of your universe? Are you really, creating your dream reality? I think it's time to like get up and create your dream reality, because what's coming through is like, hey, all this stuff is like really possible. It's right around the corner. But the hurdle here is like our attachments, our addictions, our addiction to like oppressing our true desires for a feeling of security and safety, taking on way too much, or focusing on all of the busyness. And it's almost like that's becoming the thing that's standing in the way of us just being like, F it, let me let go and let me focus on what I want. Okay, let's see, what else do we have here? So I'm gonna go with all 4 of these cards that are seemingly wanting to come out. So we have compassion, so compassion for yourself, that's a very important thing. So don't be hard on yourself. When you're hard on yourself, you can end up discouraging yourself and pushing yourself further into a hole. But when you can have compassion and be like, you know what? Yeah, maybe I have been doing this, but let me encourage the frick out of myself now to move forward. That is your key. Encouragement rather than discouragement. We also have the outlaw. What do you need to give the boot to in your life? What do you need to give the boot to? What do you need to boot out? What do you need to outlaw? What do you need to make permanently against the law in your life? What is now like rules? The outlaw can also talk about rebels, but it can also talk about things that we are creating rules and boundaries and giving the boot to, and we're like, nope, I'm not doing that anymore. Like I'm kicking it out. I'm kicking it out of my life. So what are you outlawing from your life? Okay, the seeker as well. What are you now seeking? So what do you need to give the boot to in order to make room for what you are really truly seeking? Then we also have ascension, because right when you do all of these things, this is your key to ascension. This is your key to rising higher. This is your key to growth. This is your key to expansion. This is your key to calling in more abundance in your life, being the ultimate creator of your reality. This is your key. Create a strong, powerful enough why that's going to help you overcome any obstacle, any hurdle, any fear that's currently holding you back. And that is your key to success. So with that being said, I do feel like pulling maybe 1 or 2 cards from this deck, and then we're gonna get into one last thing after. We have the Alchemist, okay? So change. The Alchemist alchemizes our negatives or our weaknesses or our pains into our power, our learning, our growth, our ascension. Because one thing that's important to realize is any hardship that you go through, any lesson that you go through, anything that you have to overcome in your life, literally is actually helping you ascend. It's helping you grow. It's helping you achieve greater, even though it might not seem at the time, because sometimes it can feel like we're being pushed down by those things. However, it's kind of like a spring, because when you get pushed down, it's going to spring back up. And that's kind of like the lesson of alchemy a little bit. So let's see. What else do we have? Okay, we're going to go with these just because, yeah, Spirit clearly has a lot to say. We have luminary, so activating your light, activating your inner power, saying yes. I see this card as like saying yes. Determine. Determine what you want, and then also be determined to get it. We also have Dreamweaver. Okay, so this is time to visualize and make clear what it is that you truly desire in your life. What do you wish for? Visualize it, conceive it, and this is time to emerge as the new you who is weaving that dream. What are those actions you can start taking now that will begin weaving that dream together? This is time to emerge. And then we have Sanctuary, relax, soothe, revive, and return. And remember to balance it, right? Remember to balance it with ease, with goodness. What are those good habits that you're wanting to add into your life? Because I do feel like you've been called to maybe bring in some good habits into your life and replace those, the bad habits that you used to have, and replace them with good habits. That is something that's, Spirit is like, yes. Let's do that. You've been already feeling that. You've been already sensing that calling. And let's see, what else do we have for you? We have maintain your peace. We also have, do you know when to leave? Wow, do you know when to leave? Do you know when to say no? Do you know when to leave something behind? Do you know when it's time to shed something, to let something go? Do you know when to leave in order to maintain your peace, in order to maintain your alignment with what you really want? Let's see. Do you know when to stop something and shift your focus towards what's really important to you, that's going to get you to your goal? Okay, I did feel like pulling out some more here, so let's go with this. What are these last messages from Spirit? So, what are you holding on to that you need to let go of? There we go. There's another confirmation. What are you holding on to that you need to let go of? Okay, we have not choosing is still choosing. So even if you're choosing not to take action, even if you're choosing to delay something, that is still a choice. You've just made a choice today. Okay? Whatever you decide, it will be the right decision. So remember, it's all up to you. Whether you believe you can or can't, whether you choose to do something or not do something, it will be the right decision for you. But what life do you want to create? Remember, you are the creator of your reality. What life are you creating? Okay, I'm a magnet for unlimited abundance of love, health, and money. Wow. Affirm that to yourself, my love. I am a magnet for an unlimited abundance of love, health, and money. What did you learn from this connection? So maybe there was a connection to something. Maybe it was a connection to security. Maybe it was a connection to what made you feel safe. Maybe it was a connection to that addiction that we had. Maybe it was a connection to someone. So what did you learn from this connection? What did it teach you? When we integrate the learning, we see the purpose it had for us. I am love, I have love, I deserve love. Yes. Another affirmation for you. Regain what they took from you. Call your power back. Regain what they took from you. So, was there anybody in your past who took some of your light, took some of your confidence, maybe put you down? This is time to regain what they took from you. Call your power back, right? Are we going to give the power to them and their words and their opinion? Or are you going to call your power back and say, you know what, my opinion is more powerful than theirs? That is how you call your power back. Regain what they took from you. So who in your past has maybe put you down, taken away your power, made you feel less than? This is time to regain what they took from you. This is time to transform maybe who we communicate with as well. Okay? Transforming who we're communicating with. Who we allow to show up on our social media, because this deals with social media right here. So we need to do things that are going to maintain peace. What are you holding on to that you need to let go of? Do you know when to leave? Regain what they took from you. What did you learn from this? You deserve love. You're a magnet for abundance, love, health, and money. That is it. That is the message that you are on the right frequency to be hearing right now. That is what Spirit wanted to say. Those were the channeled messages from the universe for you right now, that you are on the right frequency to be hearing, my love. So group number 1, that is what we have for you. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love. And until next time, bye. All right, my group number 2s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about what you are on the right frequency to hear right now. All right, so let's begin with our Aster dice. And let's see what you are on the right frequency. Ooh, we have the Sun in Taurus in the 10th house. My group number 2s. First off, something that you are doing right now within your career, something that you might have an idea for or a goal, because the 10th house resembles our goals, our career, and our highest achievements, what we are going towards. If you have been trying to reach something or manifest something or call in more abundance or more success or more opportunities in your life to expand within your career or within your big goals that you have in your life, let me tell you right now, that is absolutely coming your way. The Sun is the planet of our soul, and it's also where we shine, where we radiate. It's connected to confidence. So I'm also seeing success when it comes to, like, you're also going to just feel more confident. I feel like you're going to feel more confident in yourself. I feel like your career is being illuminated right now, or at least some sort of big goal that you have or direction that you are trying to manifest in your life right now in regards to career expansion. I'm definitely seeing more money coming in because the Sun also deals with abundance. And being in Taurus, Taurus is the material sign. It's the sign of the material, and it's also ruled by Venus, which is the planet of love, beauty, and money. So 100% I am seeing a huge expansion in your abundance. Something here is being spotlighted because if you think about the Sun, it's our luminary and it spotlights things, it illuminates things. So it's kind of like your career is being illuminated more. Perhaps there's some sort of like big recognition or some sort of opportunity where there's going to be more of a spotlight for you, more awareness, more eyes are going to be on you, more eyes are going to be on what you're doing. And yeah, with this Taurus energy too, this is sort of like physical. It's moving towards like maybe more in-person things, I want to say. Either more in-person things or like a physical tangible thing that you are manifesting here. A physical tangible thing, which again could be in terms of money, or it could be in terms of like a physical project that you are putting out there. It's kind of coming to its completion. And yeah, I just see this being like wildly successful. This alignment, I have goosebumps. This is just wildly successful. There's so much more I could say about this, and I'm gonna like tie in the tarot with it, but yeah, just off the bat, like career success. And yeah, we also have King of Pentacles wants to show up for you. Okay, King of Pentacles. If we needed more confirmation that your career is taking off or your big goals that you are planting right now, wow, abundance is coming your way. King of Pentacles is usually seen as a business owner, or he's just really high up in his career. So this could be like a promotion. This could be like finding a lot of success, finding your path. So if you are still confused about what you want to do, I would say that you are finding what that is. However, most of you who chose this group, I am getting a feeling like you are already pretty aware of your big goals within your career, where you're going within that. And I'm just seeing like so much more abundance and a sense of security and a sense of like being organized here. Like, this is where we feel so on top of things, where we no longer feel like we are working a job. It's more like our job, our career is working for us so that we can live our best lives. King of Pentacles, he's so just on the top of everything. And if you look at the regular tarot, this one's not colored, but in the regular tarot, you'll see that he's surrounded by all this greenery, all this lush greenery. And it's like, there's a bunch of flowers and fruits and things like that. And that symbolizes that all of the seeds that he planted are coming to fruition and bearing the fruit. So it's like we get to harvest the fruits of our labor. So what's coming for you, what you are on the right frequency to hear right now, is that all the effort that you are currently putting towards a big goal or something within your career is absolutely going to bud and bloom and take off and become even more abundant, to truly grow. And I'm also hearing like this is the type of growth where it's not just like a small little like, oh, I got my little window of success and then it ends. No, this is like sustainable. This is long lasting. It's setting the foundation for like growth that is going to last for the rest of your life. Like King of Pentacles, he's so secure, he's so strong. And also, I just have to congratulate you all, like just clap, 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 because another thing that the King of Pentacles points out is that since he has the Pentacles are the slowest moving like element within the tarot, because they are much more detail oriented. They look at all the ins and outs. They've been putting in the work. They've been putting in the blood, sweat, and tears. They have been committed. They have been dedicated. They've worked through the ups and the downs. They've overcome so much. So I just have to like give you a clap here, because you have gone through it, okay? You have gone through hardships and you've stuck to your vision. And even if you're going through something that's, you know, a lot right now, or, you know, you're really putting all the effort in, really hoping it's going to pay off, congratulations to you, because that's what it takes to be successful. And Spirit just really wants to come through being like, yeah, we see what you have done and we are so proud of you, because like, damn, this is what it takes. And because you've been so dedicated, because you've done all of this, that's the reason why you're going to be successful, is because you have been putting in all of that work, and like that's paying off. Like you're going to get to this place in your life where there's a lot of beauty coming in. Like Taurus likes to be comfortable, and Taurus is the sign that is again ruled by Venus and likes to be surrounded by beauty. So another thing that I'm seeing for you, because of this success that you are attracting, because of this success that you are getting, you are going to be surrounded by so much more beauty and abundance. King of Pentacles, like again, if you look at the colored version of that card, he's surrounded just by so much beauty, okay? So for you, what I'm seeing is because of this success, like you're going to be able to really up-level your life and be surrounded by things where I feel like you're going to be like, I never even envisioned that I could have this life. I never even knew that I could be this successful. So yeah, your goal, continue on, my love. Continue doing what you are doing, because wow, you have just opened up this doorway in your life where so much success is here to come through. And like, it's just like a plant that you are watering. Like when you plant a seed, it's going to take a second for it to even sprout. But of course we know, like once we plant a seed, it's going to sprout eventually. Sometimes seeds take like a week to sprout. Sometimes they take a few months to even sprout, but eventually they do sprout. So we have to keep watering it. We have to keep taking care of it. Otherwise it's not going to sprout, right? You have been dedicated. You have been watering your seeds. You've been watering your intentions. They have started growing. And, you know, some fruit trees take like years before they even bloom and blossom fruit, right? And the similar kind of analogy can be taken to our lives. Like sometimes we have to work so hard at something before we can see the fruits of our labor. Sometimes we have to continue putting love and effort and consistent dedication towards something before it's going to bear fruit. Right? Like avocado trees, I think take like 7 years before you can have your first avocado. Like that's a long time. And so for you, again, you're at this precipice where you've been going at this for so long, you've been so dedicated, and the fruits of your labor are like literally coming in. I feel like they're right around the corner for you. I feel like you're right on that precipice, right on that cusp of like, okay, you're just about to like, you know, reach that peak where all the fruits are coming in. And yeah, it's just, oh, so beautiful. And honestly, like even when your first fruits come in, I do feel like you're going to be like overwhelmed with, oh my God, it's like successful. This is so exciting. However, I want to point out that that's like just the beginning, because the image that Spirit is showing to me is like you've been working on these few intentions, which are about to start blossoming and blooming their fruit. But what you don't realize is that every season to come, those beautiful, mature plants or intentions that you've just created, those things in your life that you've just now created, every season, because they're mature now, they're going to start rooting more, spreading more without more effort from you. You just need to consistently show up and continue doing what you're doing and continue watering it. But I'm really seeing that your garden is going to actually like start to grow more and more, get more bushy, bear more fruit year after year. And so it's funny because I really feel like once you start seeing the fruit, I think you're going to be like wowed at the fact that like, oh my God, it's happening. But then also Spirit is showing me like, that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. There's so much more to come. And honestly, another thing that I'm seeing for you, what you're on the right frequency to hear, is I'm seeing so much more balance in your life. The fact that we have the Two of Pentacles, that card came out a whole while ago and I'm just getting to it now. There's so many messages coming through, but this Two of Pentacles, like, there's so much more balance coming into your life where you're going to feel like, oh, I'm good. And you know how life just always has these ebbs and flows where there's times where things might feel super great, and then there's times where, you know, we might go through a little bit of a drier period of our lives, Like life is just full of cycles, right? It's full of those ebbs and flows. What I'm seeing for you in the next like phase of your life is it's going to be so much easier to go through those ebbs and flows because you're going to have so much more balance and this very strong sense of security, this very strong foundation to where when you go through these ebbs and flows, you're like, oh, I'm good. Like, I still have enough. Even during your dips of your business or your career or times where you need to take time off or whatever it is that you're going through, you're still going to feel really stable. Like, you're going to feel really good. I see like you're not going to be worried about like success and abundance in the ways that you previously have in your life. So much stability is coming through. And I am also seeing like, for some reason, this Two of Pentacles is reminding me that you're not going to be doing it all on your own. Like, I feel like you're either going to have help with you in your career. So whether that be like a team that you work with that like you two or you like multiple people help take care of things. So for example, if you're like, oh, I want to take a vacation or I want to do this, it's like things are working out really easily. Things are stable. They're sustainable. They are just secure. They're easy. It's easy for you to juggle these things. And I really also see that like you're not going to have to overwork yourself. Like I just see this really nice balance coming into your life where your career is now going to be like the least of your worries because it's like, oh, it's sustainable. It's growing itself. I know exactly what I need to do to keep feeding it, right? And it's going to be easy for you. And again, we have another card that's talking about like collaborations and things like that. So the Three of Pentacles, this for one is kind of making me feel like you are attracting more people that are going to want what you create. So for example, if you work with clients or if you are in a career that requires like other people buying your services or whatever the case may be, that involves other people here, you're going to be attracting more people to you. And more high caliber people. That's something that's coming through, like more high caliber people. And I'm just seeing your work being more well known. So that's really cool. Congratulations to you. That's like really amazing. I am also seeing more opportunities coming through where more people know you, your work, and want more of that. We do also have the Temperance card here. So yeah, balance. Like there's all of this balance coming through, and I feel like just moving forward, your life is going to feel so much more stable, so much more at ease. Wow. I just need to like, again, clap for you because this is so beautiful. Let's see what else we get. Yeah, I do also see you're going to be pouring your time to even bigger goals where I feel like you're at this point where you're like, how is that even possible? Oh, and then look at, we also have 4 of Wands coming out, and then we had another, wow, okay. The cards have spoken. It's also interesting that you got no reversed cards, because there's like a combination of like, you know, reversed and non-reversed. And sometimes reverse cards are actually better than the upright, depending on the card that comes up. But you got just such amazing cards here and such amazing news in the Astro Dice. So yeah, all the effort that you've been putting towards like this goal of yours, this big aspiration, oh my gosh, it's just gonna, it's not easy, and I know it's not, because I've like built things in my life where I've put a lot of effort towards like my business and things like that, and I know how much work went into that. So for you, just reading this for you and seeing what you're about to create in your life, I'm just like in awe because I know how hard that is. So just congratulations here. 4 of Wands is a huge celebration. There is about to be something that you are celebrating. This could be like the launch of something, the release of something, reaching a huge milestone in your life. This could be the opening of something, the starting of something. And it's like a big celebration where everyone's like, oh my God, you did it. You made it. You had it. You got the thing, like you won it. So it's some sort of like celebration or a big milestone that you are reaching, you are winning. And the 4 of Wands is also our stable foundation. So it again talks about the foundation that we've just created and the fact that it's so stable. You're gonna have really great structure in your life. And I really see that other people are gonna be really proud of you as well. Like really proud of you. And there will be some form of like actual celebration happening. The 4 of Wands can also talk about physical property. So this could be talking about like starting like a physical business where you like open up your own shop, your own store, but it can also be like celebrating just like a big milestone if you like work from home or something like that, and like, oh my God, you got the promotion, here you go. Or it could be like a graduation of something, or like, yeah, it's a big celebration to say the least, where people are very proud of you. Another aspect of this is it can be where you invest your money into like physical, like a home, or more into your business, and it just is growing, and it's something where you're like, I can't believe I actually got this. This is incredible. I cannot believe I made it to this point. It's going to be mind-blowing. Okay, so big celebration. The World card is also when we feel very whole and complete in this area, when we've just completed a massive thing, we've completed a phase, and it's sort of where we have like the world at the palm of our hands and we've really like achieved it. It's the fulfillment, it's the achievement. That's the World card. There is a huge thing that you are achieving, and the World card, when it comes up, it can also talk about like being worldly recognized for something, or it can be where we are able to travel around the world and work from anywhere. It can talk about that. It can talk about opportunities that come from completely faraway places where we are expanding ourselves and our business like so much more. It can be, yeah, getting more worldly known, worldly recognized. It could be like the release of maybe like a product or book or something like this, where it's like being sold around the world type of thing, or people know you from around the world and know your work from around the world, things like that. So the world card indicates all of that. And it's also just like the completion of something where we're like, oh yeah, I'm so proud of what I just did. And it's sort of like you at the finish line, looking at what you've created and being like, I did it. I literally did it. And it's this feeling of like, I'm actually genuinely proud of it. Because you know, sometimes before like we finish a project, sometimes we can get stuck in the perfectionism. The world card is when we don't feel like there's anything more we want to change about the thing. We have finished this thing, we've finished this project, we've finished this goal, we've finished this thing, and we are looking at it with just such proudness, and we're like, I can't believe I did that. So that is coming up for you there. I'm curious to pull an archetype card for you. A lot of the times the archetype cards show us like a this or that situation. You'll see what I mean in a second, but I'm kind of curious what's going to come up for you from spirit here. So let's see. My group twos, what are you on the right frequency to hear? So we have child, nature. The light attributes of this card is friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits. The shadow attributes is a tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. So I don't think that's you at all. I'm not feeling this this energy. However, something that I am feeling from you is that your relationship with your work, you've tended to overwork yourself at times. And yeah, maybe you've even like really pushed yourself really hard. And what I'm seeing is like you're coming to this light attribute where instead of neglecting your needs, neglecting your nature, it's sort of like all of these accomplishments, as we were talking about plants and nature earlier, it's like you're able to flourish and grow. You're able to focus more on abundance and fruits. And yeah, I just feel like things are moving to a much more abundant time where you, if you're the seed and you're the plant and you're the growth, you are now like expanding and growing. Everything around you is expanding and growing. You feel, and even the green in here, like I'm really just seeing like this abundance, welcoming in more cash flow, welcoming in more abundance. And spirit is right now saying like, you deserve this. You deserve this. You've been putting in so much work. Okay, let's see what else we get for you. My group twos, what you are on the right frequency to hear. Okay, we have healer and illusionist. So the healer is cleanse, grieve, grow, heal. One thing that I'm seeing is like, Spirit wants to congratulate you for how much inner work that you've been doing on healing yourself, healing your inner wounds, healing past doubts, overcoming fears, overcoming obstacles. And Spirit is saying like, even if you still feel like you have more to do, I mean like healing is a never-ending process, right? But Spirit just wants to say like, be proud of yourself. Look at how far you have come already with what you have overcome in your life. Look at how much you've already done. Like, wow. Take time to like recognize that, because Spirit recognizes that, and they're really wanting to congratulate you on that right now. We also have illusionist, divert, spellbind, revamp, unveil. So something, Spirit is seeing what you're working on, something that you're maybe thinking about unveiling, or something where you're maybe revamping. Maybe you've revamped yourself. You're kind of like becoming a new you. Spirit is also seeing this. And so one thing that you're also on the right frequency to hear is that the revamp that you've been doing on yourself, the inner work that you have been doing, the growth, the transformation that you've been making. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. And if you've ever felt like something about the illusionist is sometimes when we can feel like, nervous about becoming a new version of us, because we're like, what are other people going to think? Are other people going to think that I'm different? Or are they going to think that I'm being like fake because I'm becoming a new me? But the thing is the message that I'm really getting from here is as you shed the old you, that's the you that does not resonate with you anymore. That's not your authenticity anymore. Therefore, it would be fake to stay the same. It would be fake to continue being the old you that is no longer resonant with you. So the thing that is resonant, a message that I'm getting from you is don't fear taking off the mask. Don't fear blooming into your authenticity. People change, and it would be an illusion to try to keep on the mask of the you that you've outgrown. Does that make sense? So sometimes we can feel like nervous to be the new version of us because we can think like, oh no, people are gonna like say that that's not really me, or people aren't gonna understand me, whatever. It's like, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. You being fake is keeping on the old you and staying in that old shell. The new you that you feel internally is the true you, the authentic you, the you that has shifted and transformed and changed. Because one thing that we know for sure is everything will always shift, transform, and change in the world. Everything's always shifting, transforming, and changing. So like, you know, like, it's just time to be it. You know, this candle isn't going to be full forever. As it burns, like, the wax burns off, and it's going to be, you know, there's no point in keeping an illusion like it's some full candle when it's not. You know what I mean? Like, so for you, it's about shedding the old and not being afraid to like let the new you out, not being afraid to let the new you shine. So that's just a message from Spirit that Spirit really wanted you to know right now. Okay, let's see what else we get for you. And I do also feel like you have something to reveal later, like something that maybe you've been working on, planning, putting work into. This could be yourself, or it could be within your business career or projects that you are working on, a goal that you have. And I'm also seeing that the reveal of that is going to be really exciting. We also have patience. You've had a lot of patience. You have been the story of the tortoise and the hare. You've been the tortoise where you've been patient. You've been going along. You've been moving along, pushing through. And that is just really paying off. Boundaries is also coming up. So one thing that I'm seeing is also keeping your boundaries safe. Like making a boundary with, you know, when I need to heal, that's when I need to heal. When I need to rejuvenate, that's when I need to rejuvenate. Keeping those clear boundaries is going to be really helpful for you. Also protecting your energy from people who might want a piece of what you've done. Protect your energy from that, especially if they haven't put the work in themselves. Protect your energy from anybody who might look at your success and be like, oh, well, you know, sometimes when we're successful, people want to take advantage of that, right? And Spirit also says, you know, this is a time to really keep up boundaries, to be cautious of where you give your time, energy, and resources to, because we don't want to drain our success either. So that's just a message coming through from Spirit of just like, use caution around those things. If it doesn't feel right, then it doesn't feel right. You have strong intuition. You know what's going to be right and what's going to not be right. You've already put in all the work to do all of these things. You are freaking smart, okay? You have put in the work. So, and you deserve to reap the rewards of that work. So this is going to be a time also of boundaries. And if you've ever been a people pleaser in the past or anything like that, this is time to overcome that and let that go, so that you can just really enjoy the work that, you know, the fruits of your labor, There's this story of like a hen who works so hard to make bread, but none of the other farm animals helped her. But then, of course, when the bread is finally done being made, which she made it from like collecting the wheat, creating the flour, doing this, doing that, she's constantly asking, you know, people for help. And they're always like, oh, no, that's okay. No, that's okay. But then once the bread is being made or is done, all the animals are like, oh, can I have a piece? Can I have a piece? And she's like, what? No, I asked you to help me. I asked you to help me. I asked you to help. I did this all on my own. This is my bread. Nobody's getting any. So like, I feel like this is just a message for you to keep that in mind moving forward. So, of course, it's nice to be generous once in a while, of course, but there is also times where boundaries are really helpful. So, yes, anyway, Let's dive into some last cards for you. How can you be grateful for a past experience that has shaped you? So there, I feel like, is a past experience that has shaped you and pushed you to where you are now and to who you've become. So how can you be grateful for that past experience that has shaped you and pushed you here and helped you become who you are today? Let's see what else we get for you, my group twos. Ooh, I feel like that card won. Ooh, let's go with it. Ooh, did you say it? Did you tell them that you love them? Ooh. Have you been expressing your gratitude, your appreciation for the people that you love? It could be really beneficial to do that. When you feel like you don't fit in, make space. I love this. I absolutely love this. When you feel like you don't fit in, make space. Make space so that you fit in anyway. Make space for yourself. You deserve to be here. You deserve the success. Sometimes people get imposter syndrome. Ooh, imposter syndrome. If you feel like you struggle with imposter syndrome, you know, when it comes to success, that you might feel like, oh, did I really deserve this? Oh my God. And then, you know, sometimes we can feel like we don't deserve it. However, you do. You absolutely deserve this. So when you feel like you don't fit in, if you feel like you don't fit in to this success, if you feel like, oh my God, do I really deserve this? Like, oh my God, make space. Make space for yourself, because yes, you do. Oh, sorry, my camera cut out and I don't know where it cut out. However, you know, sometimes we can have imposter syndrome. I was talking about imposter syndrome. So if you ever feel like you struggle with imposter syndrome and you feel like, oh, I don't deserve to be here and I don't deserve this. Okay, if you feel like you don't fit in somewhere, if you feel like, oh my God, I feel out of place, make space for yourself, because yes, you deserve to be there. You got there. Therefore, yes, you deserve it. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened for you. So the fact that you're already there, yes, you deserve it. Make space for yourself. Give yourself permission to do so. So that was the last message when the camera cut out. But thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. That is the message that you're on the right frequency to be hearing right now. My group number 2. So I'm sending you all so much love, and be sure to check out Luna Gem if you want some really amazing crystal healing bracelets, and that they're made to your wrist size and you can wear them in water and all that, and they are just super high quality. If you want any of that, the link will be down below, and I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 3s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be a reading all about the message that you are on the right frequency to be hearing right now. All right, so we're going to start off with our Astra dice, and let's see, what message do we have for you? We have Mars in Scorpio in the first house. Ooh, the first house is about the self, our identity. Scorpio is a major transformation, and Mars is the planet of action, getting stuff done. It is motivated, okay? So one message that I'm getting for you is that the motivation that you feel right now to maybe make some personal changes or to really shift yourself, to kind of create a new version of you or to implement new habits or become completely unrecognizable and shift yourself in some way, that is going to be something that really pays off. Spirit is saying that yes, you are on the right frequency right now for doing a massive self-transformation. Massive. Like, I really feel like you're about to step into an era where, like, you are being productive, you are taking action, you are also determined. This Mars energy is also giving me this energy of really doing things your own way and no longer feeling like we have to people please. No longer feeling like we have to be afraid of confrontation, okay? Because Mars, it's very connected to like fiery energy. It's connected to Aries, and it's also connected to Scorpio. But whenever I think about Mars, I think about the solar plexus chakra, which is where your willpower comes from. It is your center of taking action and building energy in your life. And I'm just seeing like a lot of like this new wave of energy coming through, but it's coming through as you step into your most authentic self. That's what Scorpio first house energy is. This is time to be the most authentic version of you okay? And have enough determination and enough fire within you that it's like, I'm unstoppable and I'm no longer caring what anyone else thinks or says about me and my desires. It's like, I just desire to be authentic. I desire to be me, and I desire to have this like inner strength to kind of let my inner warrior out. Okay, that's the Mars energy, especially with Scorpio in the first house. This is stepping into your like determined warrior or warrior goddess kind of energy. And wow, I'm just seeing like a whole new you being birthed. And this version of you is just so much more determined, motivated, kind of like, it's a little bit like unapologetic, but not in the way of like disregarding other people's feelings or becoming egotistical. Like, that's not what I see here. I'm not seeing this like egotistical version, because like Scorpio here is also very intuitive and also very deep and caring about others. So what I'm seeing is just like this motivation for yourself and kind of being able to set proper boundaries in your life, where yes, we are still compassionate with other people 100%, but at the same time, we also are not going to let other people's opinions and wishes and things override our path in life, right? It's like, I'm on my path and I'm going to be on my path and I'm going to go on my path and all of that. So let's see what else we have going on in our tarot cards here. Very determined energy coming through. And also we have 8 of Cups and 9 of Cups. Ooh, the 8 and 9 of Cups. 8 is when we have the courage to walk away from something that is no longer fulfilling us. So there could be something that you're just like, I need to shed that. I need to walk away from that. This could be a relationship, a career, like an old version of us and just our old hobbies, our old routines, our old habits. I just see you having so much courage to just say, you know what, that's not me anymore, and I need to leave it behind. For some reason, I'm getting this feeling like a lot of you who chose this group, there's like a relationship that you've been feeling like you need to leave behind. Or perhaps you just have. For some of you, I'm also feeling like, again, this could be career, or again, could just be like habits and things like that. Then we also have the 9 of Cups. You having the courage to walk away from what is no longer resonating with you, what is no longer fulfilling you, is literally going to open you up to a phase where you are receiving your dreams, the things that you've been hoping for. This is going to align you to fulfillment, because whatever this thing was that wasn't fulfilling you anymore was actually draining your energy. It was actually making you feel less yourself. It was making you feel less fulfilled. It was weighing on you. As you walk away from this, as you have the courage to walk away from this, 9 of Cups right here, oh my goodness, you are entering the phase of like, I am blooming, I am blossoming. The 9 of Cups is literally the wish card, where we get and receive something that we've been wishing for. So that's what's coming through right now. You are on the right frequency to be hearing this right now. This is something that you have been attracting, and it's interesting that you chose the Rose Quartz group, and it's also just interesting that I put Rose Quartz on this group, because I feel like this is such a crystal for your energy right now. Rose Quartz is about love, but it's mostly about self-love. It can also be for attracting love and attracting things like that are resonant with you, that are going to bring you resonant love. So if you have been wanting to find like, you know, something that really resonates with you so that you can love life and also just love yourself, this is the era that you are in right now. You're going to do so many transformations, and you're going to love yourself and your life so much more as you set yourself free. Okay? That is like the most major thing coming up for you right now, is like, this is going to set you free to really birth a new you and birth a new life. This is going to be huge for you. We also have the Chariot coming through, and then we also have the 9 of Pentacles. Wow, okay. So the Chariot is choosing a new direction, and it can also be where we break through old obstacles, or we have big breakthroughs. It can also be where we figure out the direction that we really want to go in, and we're like, you know what? I'm happy about this. It's really like a moving forward kind of energy. I'm also hearing that like travel or moving could be something in your future here, because just this Chariot card, the fact that we also have 8 of Cups, which is like leaving something behind, like there could be some sort of like trip, travel, or move that you are doing. It could also be a move in career, but it could also be like a move in general. 9 of Pentacles as well. This double nines. Let's talk about the double nines. The nines numerologically resemble the ending of a phase, the completion of an old phase of your life, which is exactly what you're doing. The fact that we have the number 1 right here, you are entering a rebirth, you are entering a new phase. And number 1s are connected to Aries, which is the main zodiac sign that Mars rules. But Mars' secondary zodiac sign that it rules is Scorpio. So you are all in this Mars energy right now of breakthroughs. Mars is the planet of breakthroughs. And like Chariot too, major breakthroughs in your life. Having the courage to break through a wall that once scared you, to break outside of your comfort zone, to break out of the box that you feel restricted by. What is the box that you feel restricted in right now? Okay, my group 3s, what is that box? Because this is your time of breaking through that. You no longer want to be caged or held back or held down by this thing. This is time to expand into freedom. That is what you are manifesting right now. That is what your energy desperately wants and needs. And that is like, look what's going to happen for you as you do your breakthrough. We get the Wish card here, and then we get 9 of Pentacles, which is also such a fabulous card because it talks about abundance. It talks about the fruits of our labor. It talks about being surrounded by luxury, beauty, success. It's like this card where we feel successful. You are going to feel successful for honoring your authenticity, for honoring yourself, for having these breakthroughs, for having the courage, right? All this Mars energy, for having the courage to go for what you really want. This, I can't even begin to describe how beautiful that this is about to be for you. So yeah, you're really on the frequency right now of closing out a chapter, having a breakthrough, inventing a new version of yourself that is so much more in alignment with who you are. This is time to stop repressing yourself, okay, and your truest wants and needs and desires, because it's also interesting. Scorpio can talk about repressed or secret desires that really want to come through. With Mars and the first house here in Chariot, this is time to have a breakthrough with that and be totally honest, be totally open, and be like, you know what, this is actually what I really want. Okay, this is time to open up and be authentic. This is time to own who you really are, rather than feeling like we just need to keep these desires secret and keep living in this kind of almost like box where we clearly are not wanting to be. Okay, this is breakthrough time. This is breakthrough time. And yeah, Chariot, there's definitely like movement, leaving something behind that's no longer fulfilling, then entering your receiving your wish, feeling like, oh, I'm in this new phase. It's so beautiful. This is being really satisfied. 9 of Cups, it's being really satisfied. 9 of Pentacles is like, oh, dang, I'm in luxury again. I am in being surrounded by beauty. This is it. Like, oh, this new phase for you is going to be really amazing. Let me just say that. Okay, let's go ahead and shuffle some more cards here to get some more information for you. So my group 3s, ooh, I feel like those are really wanting to come out, and I also feel like that one does too. So let's see. We have the Alchemist. So this is you stepping into your power and transforming pain into motivation. Sometimes when we're so uncomfortable with a situation and it builds up so much, it can end up being the biggest motivating factor to have the biggest breakthrough of your life, which is, I feel like, what's kind of alchemizing within you right now. And I feel like you feel this in your gut. There's been an energy that has been alchemizing, like, we need to take action. We need to make some changes. We need to be authentic. We need to be real. We need to we also have release. So yeah, I see you hopping from an old lily pad that is no longer resonant with you. hopping away from it, having the courage to hop away from it. And look at, it's almost like the frog has this new lily pad, but it's almost like it's not even a physical lily pad yet. It's almost like it's in his mind and he's like, I'm just gonna find my dream lily pad. Do you see this? Like, let me see if I can get it focused right. This lily pad that's right here, it's almost like it's a lily pad in his mind and he's determined to create it and find the lily pad of his dreams, like the new thing where he wants to be, because he clearly doesn't want to be here anymore. So it's time to release that. Then we also have trust. So this is about trusting the process, trusting that if I hop away from this lily pad, I know that I will find what I am looking for because I trust myself. I trust the universe. This is having that trust that this will be the greatest decision, because sometimes it can be hard for us to release the familiar and the comfortable because we're like, oh, well, it brings me comfort. It brings me a sense of security because it's familiar. At least I know it's here, right? But sometimes when we take a chance on a dream or something, it's like, well, it's not here yet. I have to like take this chance, but I have to leave this thing behind first. And, trust the process. Trust the process. Sometimes we don't even know how something's going to happen and we don't see how. But when we trust, we let the universe show us the path, right? The chariot. Sometimes we just have to get moving and the path will get revealed to us as we keep moving. Just like driving a car. Like I cannot see right now from here to New York. I can't see the entire road, but I do know at least the direction that it's kind of in, and the path will get revealed to me more and more as I go in that direction. So that's like the chariot. Just get in the car. Let's start going. We don't have to see the whole road. We don't have to know exactly how it's going to happen, but at least get in the car and start driving in that direction. And the universe will unfold the how. It will unfold the path as you keep trusting and as you keep going. That is the message, okay? We're also going to take out an archetype card for you. That came out fast. We have companion here. Okay, so let's see what this one is. So this says, the light attributes are loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. Shadow attributes are betrayal by misusing confidences, loss of personal identity. Ooh, so sometimes I feel like this is talking about for some of you, this is a message definitely for all of you. But this is really sticking out to me. So loss of personal identity. Sometimes when we're in a companionship, we can lose our personal identity because we have to make sacrifices, right? But there's certain things where certain things might mean a lot to us, right? We also have to pick a partner, right? It's important to choose a partner. It's important to have companions that at least have similar desires and directions in life, right? Similar likes and dislikes, things like that. Otherwise, it's kind of like hard to compromise on a lot of things. So sometimes we can find ourselves in a situation where we've lost our personal identity. And I really feel like for you, the fact that we have the first house coming up, this is about you reclaiming your personal identity. And the light attributes would be the loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. So it's like coming to this place of like also realizing that we deserve what we want too. So do other people. But how can we make a compromise where we're not losing our personal identity? What are those things that mean so much to you right here in this space? So, moving on to our next few cards, we also have musician coming up. And then let's see. Ooh, we got quite a few coming up. Okay, we have musician, circle, sorceress, and lion heart. Ooh, okay. So first off, the musician is connected to the throat chakra, which is expression. So allowing yourself to shine, to play, to invoke, to express yourself. So this is expressing yourself authentically. Mars, Scorpio, the first house. This is all about releasing old inhibitions, expressing yourself authentically. Allowing the music of your life to play authentically. What's the tune of your song right now? We also have circle, so collaborate, assemble, hold, initiate. Who do you want to be surrounded by most? Okay? Who do you want to be surrounded by? Who do you want to collaborate with? Who do you want to assemble, hold? And maybe this is time to initiate something. Initiate something, let something be known within your circle. Okay, we also have sorceress, summon, conjure, weave, enchant. I see you really weaving the future of your dreams. This is time for you to make big moves, big shifts, big changes in your life. And I'm seeing like you becoming the alchemist, taking something that was once, it was boiling up. And this is time for you to turn it into something where we can actually take action. Mars is the planet of action. This is turning it into something where we can take action. Okay, and look at the weave that she's building. If you notice spiders or spider webs around in the next little while, or even if you've been noticing them lately, keep in mind that those, what they represent, like the webs and spiders, they represent dream weaving. They represent weaving the path and weaving an idea into physical, tangible reality. Okay, so if you notice them around, it's actually a really good sign because they resemble that. Then we also have Lionheart, prevail, endure, dare, confront. There is something that you really need to confront. There is something that you need to have the courage to step up about, right? Lionheart. This is also connected to the sun because this is connected to Leo. Leo energy is confidence. Leo energy is like, what do we want to roar about? What do we want to express? What do we want to put out there? So yeah, what do you need to confront? What do you need to I just need to prevail in this. I need to, there's something on your heart. Look at, he has this glow right on his heart. There's something on your heart. Lion heart. This is time to express like the lion, which actually rules the heart. Leo rules the heart. There's something on your heart to express. So this is the message you are on the frequency to be hearing right now, my love, because all of this stuff, like Spirit's given advice here, but all of this stuff, it's like you've been feeling this and Spirit knows that you've been feeling this, and there's a direction that you clearly want to go in with this Chariot card. There's a direction that you want to go in. It is going to bring you so much more fulfillment. 9 of Cups is the wish card. Make your wish known, okay? What is that? 9 of Pentacles is, we are flourishing. We are surrounded by abundance and beauty. Okay, let's see. Any last cards here and messages from Spirit for you that you are on the right frequency to hear right now? Let's see. Okay, so we have things are always changing, shifting, and evolving. What is true today may not be true tomorrow. So if you feel like there is no way that's possible for you to achieve your wants and dreams, or if you feel like there's no way you could, step into your authenticity, things are always changing, shifting, and evolving. You are always changing, shifting, and evolving, okay? So don't be afraid of your authenticity. If you have changed, that's okay. You shouldn't be afraid of the fact that you have changed. What was true, months ago might not be true now for you. That's why authenticity is stepping up so powerfully for you. Maybe you've been running from your authenticity because you feel ashamed about it, or maybe you feel bad about it because you're like, it feels like my past was now a lie or something, but it wasn't. Things are always changing and shifting and evolving. You change, shift, and evolve too. That's okay. Okay? So that was a message. Then we also have, don't worry about where you have been or where you're going. Don't worry about those things. Focus on what feels authentic, what feels right. What feels authentic and what feels right. I want to get one last card for you. Okay, perfect. Oh, we have 2 here. So one of them is, how are you today? Spirit wants to know, how are you today? Also, I feel like this is coming up because Spirit's like, it's time to be authentic. If somebody asks you, how are you doing? Be real, okay? How are you doing really? What has been on your mind? Let's open up about it. let's be real. Okay, so when you get this question, let's be real. Okay. Ooh, and then we have the card, are you projecting? Are you projecting a fear onto the future? Are you projecting a fear of what might happen, even though it hasn't happened? Okay, maybe we just need to like come back to ourselves, come back to our authenticity. Like, let's be real. All these cards are talking about be authentic, be yourself, be real. I feel like getting one more here. Okay, take care of your rarity. You are unique. Take care of your rarity. Embrace your rarity, okay? And then your last message, I am unstoppable and resilient. Remember that. That is a message to end us off here. I am unstoppable and resilient. The world that is about to open up for you as you become authentic, as you express what it is that you truly want, the path that you truly want to go on, because clearly there's a new path that you want to go on. As you become authentic with that, it is going to open doors for you. It is going to open doors for you. It is bringing you to the wish card and to the fulfillment card. Okay, 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles. Both of those are amazing. You can even Google what those mean if you don't believe me here and if you want more confirmation. Those are like some of the best cards in the entire tarot deck, okay? 9 of Cups is the wish card, getting what you want. Also making your wish known, okay? And then 9 of Pentacles is being surrounded by abundance and luxury and beauty and feeling so satisfied with life, okay? That's where this is leading you. Stepping into your authenticity, you know, reinventing yourself, really allowing your new authenticity to shine rather than holding it back or repressing it. Really being that new you. Oh, my love. The places that is going to bring you is amazing. So that is what we have for you, my beautiful group number 3s. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 4s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading that you are on the right frequency to be hearing right now. So let's go ahead and find out what that is. All right, my love, so before diving into our tarot cards, we're going to roll the Astro Dice and let's see what your message is that you're on the right frequency to hear right now. So we have the South Node in Pisces in the 3rd house. Ooh, so the South Node represents our past. Ooh, what in the past are we continuing to communicate with, have ties with? Think about the 3rd house is our mind, our communication, our networking, our connections to other people. And there's something here from the past where Pisces is like, it also deals with the mind, but it's more of like a deeper aspect of the mind. It could also be where we're wearing like rose-colored glasses, like we might have hopes for the future about something in regards to our past and we're staying tied to it, but maybe it's holding us back. That could be like a definite thing right here. So there's something in your past that Spirit wants to talk about right now, that we are keeping ties to. The South Node is like things that we should maybe let go of, things that are, again, from our past that could be tying us back, holding us back from our future. And again, the 3rd house is like, it ties us via our mind, our thoughts. It's taking up a lot of our mental energy, or it could even be taking up a lot of our communicative energy, you know? So what are we continuing to communicate with that maybe is something that should be left behind in the past? Let's see what else Spirit has to say about this. This could also just be things that were meant to drop, things that were meant to let go of, like a conversation from the past that maybe we just need to let go of it. We need to choose whether or not we're going to move on and let go of it. We need to choose how we're going to let go of it. Are we going to like forget about it and forgive, or are we going to just say, you know what, this is the end of this. I need to move on and completely cut ties and free myself once and for all. So that can be a message that's coming through here. We also have the King of Pentacles being reversed, and we have the Wheel of Fortune being reversed. Okay, so when we stay tied to things from our past, Wheel of Fortune being reversed is sort of like we keep revisiting a pattern. If there is a pattern that has constantly happened in regards to the past, but maybe we're hoping to change it, if it has constantly shown us a certain outcome, it is going to continue showing us that outcome. The Wheel of Fortune is kind of like we keep trying to spin the wheel to land on a different outcome, but it's almost like this wheel has all the same outcomes. Like we've seen all the outcomes that this wheel has. We've already spun it enough times to see the outcomes. And King of Pentacles being reversed is like when we might not be satisfied with the result, or it hasn't yielded us the result that we want. So how do we get the result that we want in our lives? Let's see. Let's get some more cards on this, because yeah, this message that you need to hear right now is all about letting go of a pattern, letting go of something from your past. This could be a relationship, this could be a person, this could be something that we are mentally, habitually tied to from our past that maybe we know where it leads us. We know the outcome that's going to happen here if we continue doing this pattern, if we continue moving through this cycle. We know where it leads us. So what do we need to choose instead? We do also have the Four of Swords being reversed, and we have the Page of Wands upright. The Four of Swords, when it's upright, is us contemplating, us being frozen, not doing anything about our situation. It's sort of when we're just reviewing it and contemplating it and thinking about it and all that kind of stuff. It's, again, taking up our mental energy. What have you been ruminating on? Sometimes we need to melt the ice. We just need to get up and move forward. We need to like get up, move forward, choose a new path. That's like the major thing coming through. It's like, let's stop spinning the wheel. Let's stop spinning the wheel. How do we break the wheel so that we're not spinning this anymore? How do we break the pattern, break the habit so that we no longer circle back to it constantly? Because circling back to it, I feel like circling back to this thing in your past has not been leading you where you want to go. And Page of Wands here, what I'm seeing is that if you choose a new spark, a new inspiration, get excited about something new, this is going to bring you a whole new energy. This is where things start moving forward. Spirit is giving me the image of being stuck with a ball and a chain. And it's like we're tied to the past. But the vision that they're showing me is that there's this door to your future, and this path keeps unfolding and unfolding and unfolding. And like, there's like this beauty that you can experience. There's all these new experiences that are waiting for you over there. But the longer that we stay tied to the familiar, to the past, in hopes that we can change it, even though we know all the outcomes that it brings us, but the longer that we stay tied to it for whatever reason, the more we are missing out on all the future experiences that are waiting for us. And Page of Wands is when she grabs hold of that opportunity. And I'm almost seeing this. This is kind of funny. I'm almost seeing this up here as the ball and chain, but it's like you take hold of it. You're like, you know what? The ball and chain is no longer going to keep me stuck. I am going to renew this old pattern, this old habit, and I'm going to get inspired by something new. So, for example, if this is like a relationship that you've been stuck on that keeps leading you to the same outcomes, but we keep going back to it, knowing where it's going to lead us, things like that, that's like the ball and chain that's holding you back from your future. But if you grab hold of that instead and you say, you know what, I do still want a relationship, but I'm going to renew the desire here where it's no longer this broken wheel. I'm going to renew the desire to where I'm going to put my focus on a new person. I'm going to go look for a new person because it's clearly not the old one. So that's kind of like the example that Spirit is showing me here. And that's why I'm like, oh, you've taken this ball and chain. You're still seeking your desire, but now you've changed the way in which you're seeking it because you're no longer stuck on the past thing that is broken, that's not working, right? It's just like a car. If a car breaks down and it's like past the point of repair, it's like sometimes we're just going to have to leave it. It doesn't mean that we can never drive a car again, but it just means we have to go seek a new one. We have to go seek one that's going to work. You know, like that's what I'm getting. So yeah, like It's time to seek one that works. It's time to thaw out the ice and let's move forward. Spirit is definitely saying like this is time to move forward. There's been something stuck on the past. Whenever the Four of Swords is reversed, this is time to move forward. Page of Wands is also moving forward, but she's moving forward with like a spark, a new hope. Because the wands are like a spiritual spark in us. They talk about the fire within us. And if you think about the fire within you, that's similar to like a hope or an inspiration or a motivation to move forward somewhere new. Like, yes, we don't have the physical thing yet in our hands, but we have the motivation, we have the spark, we have the hope. That's Page of Wands. And Page of Wands eventually leads to the Pentacles, which are the physical manifestation of a thing. So let's see what else we get for you. So if you want your physical manifestation, your physical outcome, there's a reroute. There's a reroute that is coming about, and it all requires just letting go of the past. We also have King of Swords being reversed as well. Cutting away ties, communicative ties. We might not think it's that big of a deal, but maybe it actually is because it's stealing all of our mental energy. It's keeping us tied to the past. So sometimes we do need to like really mentally free ourselves. That's really the biggest thing that's coming through. Like really freeing yourself. It might seem like innocent and no big deal to stay mentally tied to something, or staying communicatively tied to something, or tied via socials or whatever to something from your past, someone from your past. But it's really like, is it doing you good? Is it doing you any good? Has it brought you where you want to go? I'm assuming not. So let's see what else we get for you here. My group 4s. We also have the Outlaw. We need to give the boot. We need to make some rules. We need to give the boot to something. And maybe we just need to give the boot to ourselves and say like, let me stop this pattern. Let me stop doing this thing. I know I keep tying this to like relationships, but this could also be like, again, a mental tie, a mental habit, a mental pattern that we keep cycling back into that maybe is not good for us. And we need to give the boot to those things. Every time they come up, we just need to be like, nope, I'm not doing that. Nope, I'm not doing that. I feel like every time that you say no, okay, the Outlaws, this card deals with saying no, okay? Every time you say no, you're actually going to be really proud of yourself. Every time you say, okay, I'm throwing that thought away, I'm throwing that habit away, I'm throwing that pattern away, I'm not doing it. You're actually going to be so proud of yourself every time that you accomplish that. Okay? And that proudness should be your motivating factor. That proudness should be your like, yes, I did it. Yes, I did it. And that's a win every time, right? So let's see, what else do we get for you? We also have manifest. This is going to align you to manifesting what you actually want. Okay? The thing that you're wanting to manifest lies within you taking action towards your future. We also have get curious. So get curious about all the possibilities that could happen in your future, because there's a lot of them. Spirit is coming through right now saying that there's a lot of possibilities that are available to manifest for you. All of these cards are also pink, which is tied to the higher heart chakra. So this is something that where we're starting to really love life. We're really starting to love ourselves. We also manifest more love. If you spread your wings, you get curious about, you know what else is out there? What could I explore now? Like, there's so many more exciting things than this. Like all of these cards that are over here. There is so many more exciting things that are out there. And the way to manifest it is by taking action to move forward rather than backwards. So let's see what else we get for you. I'm going to pull an archetype card for you. And let's see what archetype we have coming up for you. The message that you are on the right frequency to be hearing right now. Okay. Oh, we have Bully and then Child Eternal. Let's see what these are. So the light attributes of the Bully archetype card is highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you, Helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. That's huge. Shadow attribute conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. Okay, another thing that I'm getting, because sometimes these shadow attributes on the archetype cards are like really aggressive, but they don't need to be. Another thing is it could just be conceals deep fears and continues to put, like, you might conceal your fears and you might continue to put yourself in a situation where you are sort of being manipulated, or, you know, something is hurting you, such as when we are staying in a pattern or cycle where we know where it leads us and it doesn't lead us somewhere good, it leads us somewhere negative. We might be bullying ourselves by continuing to put ourselves in that situation where that is going to happen. Okay? So the light attributes highlights your, or no, I don't feel like you're an intimidating person, but it helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Okay, child eternal. The light attributes is determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. Shadow attributes is inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. Ooh, that's huge. So this could also be an extreme dependency on, it could be on a person, because this could be like a relationship that maybe we need to let go of, or this could be a habit that we need to let go of. And the shadow attribute, this could be an extreme dependency on that addiction, on that habit, on that person, because it brings you some form of physical security in some way. You know? As much hope as you give into this thing, as much love and attention and time that you give into this thing, imagine if you converted that to putting time and attention towards a better future, or a future where the thing that you desire to happen actually happens, but it just happens, you know, in a positive way, not with this destructive thing. So again, getting out of the pattern, fully leaving the past in the past, fully leaving this person in the past, and then putting your time and energy towards, let me find something that's actually positive in my future. Imagine if you put that amount of time towards your future, that amount of love towards your future. Imagine what could be possible for you, right? So let's dive into some more cards for you. It's definitely, there's a huge message here about leaving behind the past. Huge message about leaving behind the past. I'm sorry if this is coming across like really like, you know, I don't know, like confronting, but this is just how Spirit is speaking right now. It's like this very like direct energy. So I don't know, maybe this is something that you needed to hear right now, that you were on the right frequency to hear, because like what I'm getting is that you are tired of this. You are tired of this cycle. You are tired of being here, and it drags you down. Like this thing in your past literally drags you down, and you are aware of that. You already don't want to be dragged down by this thing. You already know that. You are smart. You are intelligent. You already know that. And so what's coming through right now is like, because we already know that, let's really put that knowing into action. And let's do what we know we need to do, because I feel like already deep down inside, you know what you need to do. You already know this. Like, you know that you need to say no. You know that you need to give the boot. Like the outlaw is almost making me feel like blocking something, blocking someone, or even if this is a habit or something, like blocking it from your life. Finding a way to block it from your life. So let's see what else we get for you. My group fours, we also have devotee. So instead of devoting your energy towards the past, what if we dedicate and inspire ourselves to emerge and devote ourselves to a new higher calling, to a new hope, to a new purpose, to a new direction? Oh my gosh, is that ever going to shift things for you? But it's about finding something that inspires you even more, finding something that's going to take your attention even more to where it's like, oh, I don't even need that old thing anymore because this new thing inspires me so much. And this has to be something that's, obviously healthy for you. This new vision, this new goal, this new inspiration, this new thing is so inspiring and so fulfilling to me that I no longer even think about this thing in the past. I'm no longer even thinking about it. Okay? Let's see. Let's get another card from this deck here. Okay, we also have Strategist. It's interesting we have angel number 22 and then angel number 44 because this is kind of like an ascension that's happening. And also angel number 22 is like dedication. It's also self-transformation. 44 is when we are also setting up boundaries because 4s deal with boundaries in your life. And when 44 is together, it also is an 8, which opens us up to infinite possibility. So strategist, this is like, let's strategize a new plan of action. So like every time I'm craving going back here, anytime that pops up again, what am I going to do instead? What am I going to devote myself to instead? What's going to be healthy and productive for me to focus on in that moment? And strategist could also be like, what do I really want in my future? And like, how can I make that happen? How can I make that happen? So yeah, that's going to be a very positive new outlook and new way to reroute this energy. And let's see what else we get for you. So any more messages for my group 4s? We also have the journey is the process. The journey is the process. You are on the journey already. So the journey to your goal is also the process of letting this go, finding the new thing to be devoted to, getting re-inspired, reinvigorated about life. That process is part of the journey to the fulfillment of your manifestation. Then we also have things are always changing, shifting, and evolving. What is true today may not be true tomorrow. Things are always changing, shifting, and evolving. What is true today may not be true tomorrow. I feel like this is helping you with a mindset shift of like, if I feel negative today or if I feel such way today, like that doesn't have to be true for my tomorrow. Let me see like what can be true for me tomorrow. Let's see my group 4s. Then we also have, how are you being the best version of yourself? How are you being the best version of yourself? So in what ways can we step into the best version of ourselves? Because that's also going to be what helps you really manifest the outcome that you really want, that helps you manifest all the great things in your life. How are you already the best version of yourself? Ask yourself that, because I get this energy like there might be a little bit of like self-criticism here, and I don't want you to self-criticize. That's not the point of this reading. Like, how are you already being the best version of yourself? Ask yourself that, because there are ways in which you're already doing it. There are already ways. Let me point out one. You are already aware of these things. You're already aware of the changes that you need to make. You already know it deep down inside. That's already amazing. That's already so advanced. That's already so advanced, okay? If you are like, clearly already like such a dedicated person with so much to offer, that's already such a great quality. Look at all the ways in which you're already being the best version of yourself. What have you already accomplished in your life? What have you already done? What are the amazing qualities that you already have? Now let's redirect that to uplifting us even higher, going towards manifesting what we really want, knowing that we are so deserving of that, knowing that this thing in the past doesn't deserve to be on your timeline. It doesn't deserve that, because you have so much to offer. So let's go forward and find what truly does align to us, right? Because you deserve so freaking much. My group number 4s, like, you deserve the manifestation. You deserve to be happy. But we need to dedicate, we need to devote ourselves to a new vision. what does that new vision look like? What inspires you the most? What would be even better than what this was here? Once you realize that there's even better out there, it's going to be so easy for you to let go of this. So visualize what's even better than that. Because let me tell you, anytime something doesn't work out in your life, it is literally because there is something more resonant for you that you just have not discovered yet. Okay? That's always the reason. 100% of the time. I've been through this cycle enough in my life to 100% know that anything that does not work out for you was not meant for you. And the reason why it wasn't meant for you is because it didn't fully actually resonate. You might have thought it did because maybe it checked a lot of boxes for you. Maybe it helped with a lot of things. Maybe it provided a lot of security, fulfillment. But the thing is it didn't work out because it did not check every possible box that is actually what is meant for you. So imagine that. So get excited about the fact that your future is going to be better than what your past ever was. That is always the case 100% of the time. So remember that. Your future is always going to be a million times better than anything that did not work out for you in the past. So that is the message I'm going to leave off this reading with. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, my beautiful group number 4s. And yeah, I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.